good thing to come out of summer evenings is the ability to be able to film in the evening when the kids are in bed. So, hello, welcome or welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the first part of my Project Pan series for 2025. So, I have previously done Project Pan, but in a slightly different way. I haven't collected all of my beauty possessions together or like a collective of one item. I'm thinking I may do this with kind of household cleaning stuff as well, because again I've got far too much of that, but this one is going to be beauty related. So in the previous Project Pan that I did, I selected specific items that I was going to try and kind of work my way through over the few months that I did it. But in this one, I'm going to collect everything together. I've been watching quite a few people doing Project Pan recently, and they've kind of just inspired me. I've been on a kick for years, literally years. I had a look the other day, in fact, when I posted my first ever declutter video, and it was in 2016. So I'll let that sink in for you for a minute. I've been decluttering my life for 9 years and I still have so much stuff. So with that said, I am going to collect everything together in this video, and we are going to just have a kind of assessment sort of situation. I don't think I'm going to write itemised inventory. I know quite a few people do, but I don't think I need to do that. I don't have excessive amounts of beauty products and makeup and stuff. Certainly not to the level that I did in 2016. That was a lot. So yeah, I'm certainly not at that level still. So I've certainly made progress since then and we are nowhere near that level, but I still have a lot of stuff that I'm just why? So without further ado, I'm going to collect everything together and pop it all on the bed. I've already brought up the stuff that I had in the downstairs bathroom. I've only actually got 2 things from memory in the main bathroom, and then the majority of stuff is just kind of floating around my room. So let's get it all. And regret my life choices.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love?
Let's try
what if your sweetness
and organise as we go.
There be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing.
What are you doing in here still? The party's going on out here. Oh, there's more stuff here. Box. Just double check. I haven't hidden anything. I don't think I have. Oh, I have. Of course I have. There's always one. Right. Come over and have a look. I don't feel too bad about this, actually. I thought I was going to be shooketh by the amount of products that I possess. But I don't think this is that bad. So everything on the towel is hair, skin, and kind of body miscellaneous-y stuff. And then this little pile over this side is makeup and nail stuff. The only stuff that I haven't included is like my eyebrow tint and stuff like that, because it's the only one that I have, it's the only one that I'll buy. I don't like, there's no need to use it up. Now, that could be said for quite a few of these items as well, and I do plan on sitting down at some point to write like my ideal inventory. So although I'm not going to do an inventory based on like all of this now, I'm planning on doing I would like to only own this, so I can kind of have something to work towards, if that makes sense. So let's have a little deep dive, shall we? So we'll start over here with the like makeup and nail stuff. So as I say, I'm fairly happy with how my makeup collection looks these days. As I say, I've done quite a few declutters over 9 years, but more recently I done like a January declutter series, and I got rid of a fair amount of makeup in that, and I kind of was left with just stuff that I would use kind of day to day, you know, like one of everything, like one face product, one lip product, one mascara, although I now have 2, one eyebrow pencil, you know, stuff like that. And I'm quite happy with that. But there is the exception of these 2 products. Now, these are the products that are mainly going to be considered for my project pan, and potentially this as well, based on age. I've had these products, like each individual one, for a very, very long time. I bought this before I went to Mexico, which was 8 years ago in September, and I mean, I feel like I've done quite well. I've obviously hit pan on 2 of them. The blush and the highlight, I just not sure if I ever will, because they are, well, the blush itself is just a very shimmery blush, and that's just not a bit of me. So I need to try and figure that out, but I really want to try and get through that. Likewise, these highlighters, they just hold so much nostalgia for me. Like the Balm Manizer Sisters. The Balm, like, it wasn't a thing in the UK for the longest time. I did a box swap with someone in America, and she asked if I wanted anything specific, and I said this. And I still adore it, and I kind of want to keep it for the memes, but at the same time, someone spent money on this for me, and I really just want to use it. The only thing that's really happened to it is my daughter got hold of it once and dug her nails into it, so that's fun. But there's still so much product left, and I want to just try and use some of it up. But the only thing is, again, it's just like super shimmery, and Betty Lou, I mean, it's obviously for like a darker skin tone, so I'm not sure how to make that one work. I did swatch it the other day to see if I could maybe use it as an eyeshadow, but I just don't know if it's going to work. So yeah, there's that. And then I've also got this gem that, again, I kind of just want to keep for the memes, because I don't even think Becca's a thing anymore. But it's the Becca Champagne Pop? Yeah, Champagne Pop highlighter, which, as you can see, I barely have even used, because it was just so beautiful, and I was so glad to finally get my hands on it that I didn't really want to use it. But now I'm like, that's such a waste. So yeah, that's that. And then nail-wise, I only had 3 colours up until recently, and then my mother-in-law gave me another one the other day, so that's fun. But I do like the colour of it, so that's fine. But yeah, again, like, it's obviously a small collection, but I want to just whittle it down now. I don't really paint my nails very often at all, because, as you can see, they just chip, like, literally within a day or so. It doesn't matter what I do, I'm just so heavy-handed. And so to me it seems pointless if I'm going to have nice nails. I'd rather just go and get them done and just not have all this stuff, if that makes sense. So I want to obviously whittle that down. Then we move over to everything else. So as I say, I've kind of tried to separate it. So we've got just shower gels there. These like kind of 2 rows here are all hair care, which blows my mind, because I'm not a hair person, as you may have been able to tell by the introduction. I'm just not that into hair, but I'm on a bit of a journey to try and find products that obviously work for my natural hair. I'm currently trying to kind of grow a lot of the bleach out of my hair. I'm going to get it cut at some point, so it will be mostly my natural colour, and I'm noticing more and more that my natural hair has like a wave or a curl to it, so I'm trying to kind of enhance that with certain products. So I'm on a bit of a kind of journey through certain things, which seems kind of wasteful, which is annoying, but not one set of products will work for every one person, so I'm on a journey with that. But there is obviously stuff that I know that I do just want to kind of use up. And then likewise, this row here is all skincare. Now, what spurred this kind of thing on, other than the fact that obviously I have been watching a few people doing Project Pan recently, is that I've had this in my shower for a while. It's actually best before January 25, and obviously we're in June now. But it got to the point that it wasn't coming out, and I was like, right, I need to cut this open. And I was shocked by the sheer amount of product that was left in it, and it just kind of made me think, do you know what, this is something that I would put in a Project Pan, because it's been sat in my shower, as I say, for a very long time now, and I just want to use it up. Yeah, there's things like that I want to use up. I mean, I've only got 2 of these because one's literally only got a little bit left, and I was passing a Body Shop recently, so I picked up a spare because I begrudge paying for delivery. That I've got 2 like face tanning things. Obviously one's a lot older and is open, so I want to try and use that up before I open this one. And just stuff. And then this section is more kind of miscellaneous. So obviously there's these 2, which are my only dental products, which I'm happy with. I'm happy to just have just that. That is fine. So I don't even know, again, why they're in here, nor this. This is literally the only perfume I have as well. So those things I'm not going to necessarily work through, although this I really dislike. So the sooner that's over, the better. But these few things, so this is another natural deodorant I've been trying. It's by the brand Fussy, and I actually prefer this to Wild, so I think I am going to be switching over. So I want to just use what's left of this up, and then I'm going to just kind of switch over to this one. And then I've got 2 like body moisturizers. This one we've had for such a long time, when we went to Italy 2 years ago now, 2 years in July, and got this. So I want to just try and use that up because it's been open just too long. Likewise, this After Sun, I think I bought this last year maybe. So in an ideal world I would have used it in a year, but I'm so rubbish at body moisturising that that's just, I mean, it's practically full. And then the last thing I have in the body category is this fake tan, which is, unfortunately, I have opened it and I can't tell if it's just because of the label on the back there and the colour of the bottle, or if it is actually kind of out of date. And you know, they kind of, like mousses, go a bit green when they're off. It does look, it smells quite nice still. Still smells like it did before. It has a hint of green, but I don't know if that's just the bottle. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just use it use it once and see. It will be annoying if I do have to throw it away, but there's no real indication either way. So yeah, I'm gonna try and at least use a bit more of it up, because I think I've only used it like twice. I'm not a fake tan person, as you can probably tell, but obviously I don't want to waste it. So there we go. There is where we are starting with the Project Pan. So I do have a few kind of areas in which I want to focus on. Well, I mean, I want to focus on getting rid of all of it, obviously, but there are a few specific products that I want to try and use up. So in the skincare category, these 2, so this Tropic exfoliator and these tanning drops, I want to try and focus on those. Hair wise, these, so I've got hair mask, which I'm a bit of a cheat. I'm predominantly probably going to use that on my daughter's hair because I find it's just a bit too much for me, but for reference, that's how much I've got left. So probably only about that much, but yeah, it just seems to be lasting forever. And then I've got this leave-in like conditioner spray, which, where's the line? Where are you? It's like down here, which doesn't seem like that much. But I also have some of it in here as well, because I have one upstairs and one downstairs. Although, saying that, I don't think there's actually that much in here. I can't see. So there's that. Skin and hair care wise, I think they're my focuses. And then like makeup-y stuff. I mean, the nail polish, just all of it. These ones, although they've been laying down now, so it's not going to give you a true representation of where we're at. These two are both about the similar sort of levels. This one's about here, which is pretty good, pretty good. And this one, yeah, similar sort of usage on that. And you won't be able to see on this one, but I think it's similar sort of thing. Although I do find I can only really use this on my toes, so that's probably going to last about 50 years. And then makeup-y wise, I've got this lip balm I've literally had for like 4 years. I bought this to go in my hospital bag when I had my daughter, and she's 4.5, so there's that. It still smells fine though, so I'm going to use that up. And then I also want to try and focus on using a bit more of this up. I want to try and use these two a bit more. Now that these two have hit pan, I don't think these will be too hard to actually use up. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see progress on that. And then what else is our focus? So the fake tan, I'd obviously quite like to see if it is still okay to use for a start, and use some of it up if I can. Use up this Wild deodorant. I'm gonna, yes, I've only actually got this much left. So maybe a couple of weeks, maybe I'll get it done by the end of the month. And as I'm filming this, it's the 9th. Yeah, the 9th today. So I've got 1 week less to actually focus on it. And then out of these two moisturizers, I'm going to try and focus on this just because it's the oldest one. So yes. So I'm going to try and sit down now and regret even starting this, because now I have to put all this stuff away and I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably just going to pile it up over there and hate myself again tomorrow. But hey, I'm holding myself accountable. So hopefully in the next video I'll have this beautiful luscious hair that will not be dirty, because I have all of these products, all of these things to use, and my skin will look absolutely beautiful, because again, I have just so much skincare that I don't use it, and that is part of the problem. I have too many products that I just get overwhelmed, so I just need to focus on getting them out of my life, but in the most sustainable way possible, not just throwing them away, because I've done enough of that in my January declutter challenge. So hopefully I'll have some decent progress by the end of the month. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.